Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Ride to the Sun. Heading over to the Redline Motorsports out in Prince George, Virginia. They're having a demo day for Indian today. It's a little late. It's about 2:38 p.m. It's a beautiful September day. The weather's gorgeous. And I think I might get to ride one bike. If they're out tomorrow, maybe depending how it goes, I might go back out tomorrow. But the hope is I'll get on one, maybe two bikes this evening. Maybe get you all to take a look at some of the 2022 rides that Indian brought out, specifically the Dark Horse. Let me be quiet and let you listen to the symphony. Love these two-lane roads. I'm gonna try to save this battery. I didn't bring any other batteries with me, so I'm gonna turn it off and I'll start it back up as we get closer. And this is at this point that I realized that I lost the audio. The gentleman from Indian is right now showing me the controls for the bike. I got off the other bike, which I lost the footage to, along with the audio. And now I'm running back to grab my little surplus camera that I use now and again. Snow Hero Session 5, one of my go-tos. So I'm coming back to get on this bike, and it's running me through the controls, orienting me to everything, and that's the one thing I found to be pretty seamless. It's showing me the display, very good. Bear with me because I'm trying to find a place to put it. It's not the bike, it's me. I wasn't ready. I was in a hurry this morning, so this afternoon I should say, and I grabbed the wrong everything, so no worries there. So we still made it happen. So it showed me everything, and at this point all the instruments, all the buttons, everything seems to be right where they should be, because I just got off the road glide, and it seems seamless, that everything seems to be in their rightful place. This is the Chieftain Dark Horse, and if you pause the previous photo that I placed, you'll see the little placard on the tank, and it lists all the features of this motorcycle. So, sorry for the voiceover again. I wanted to capture the sound, the wind, everything that goes along with this ride. But again, lost the audio. Forgive me fumbling with that mount. It just has no place to put it. So, take off out of the parking lot. Right away, I felt pretty good. Still a little, uneasy at first. You get on a bike, you're still trying to figure out what the balance is, Is it high? Is it low? The steering input. What all you have to do to get comfortable on the motorcycle. Of course, um, it's not set up for you. So you set up for your average 5'6", 5'7" guy, probably 150, 175. I'm 6'1", 205. So I felt a little cramped at first. I like to be spread out a little bit. I like to get my feet out. It's more of a standard position. My knees are up a little bit. My feet are up a little bit. I'm sitting a little lower than I'd like. But everything else seems familiar as far as the buttons, the display, everything needs to be, the gauges. Everything felt just fine. Didn't play with the audio system, left it alone, and just wanted to go out for the ride. It's a Friday afternoon, mid-afternoon, not a whole lot of traffic. A few riders going back and forth for the demo day. Other than that, beautiful, gorgeous day, as I stated before at the beginning of the video. So a few things that I've noticed. The color is Ruby Smoke. That particular color goes for $29,249. The bike, its dry weight is 791 pounds, 5.5 gallon tank. Just beautiful bike. I think Indian did a great job. Of course, they'll have to contest with the Harleys of the world. Your Street Glide. It reminds me of the Street Glide. It reminds me of having ridden the Street Glide back to the Road Glide. I had the same feeling I had about the Street Glide. Of course, it's a fixed fairing. As you can see, as I turn, the fairing turns along with the handlebar. I just got off the handlebar, and I felt the very same way I felt when I got off the Road Glide Special at the time to get on the Street Glide. So that's the way it felt, and I stand by that. Is it a nice bike? Does it ride nice? Absolutely, but it's reminiscent of the Street Glide to me. If you all have ridden it and have an opinion of how it felt to you, do feel free to do so in the comment section. I do feel the display, even now as you're looking at it through the camera lens, you probably could see how good it is. There was no glare. I didn't see anything glitching. So no worries there. I think the display is going to hold up for a long time. The colors were true. So great job on the display. I think the buttons are, I wouldn't say quite large, but they are adequate enough, with you having your gloves on and different things, having to manipulate them, would be just fine. The two gauges are readily seen. No glare at all. The mirrors were just fine. I could see out of the mirrors. I didn't mess with this one, but I do think the windscreen does go up and down on this one as well. Which is a welcome feature on this bike, especially if you need it, if you're a taller rider, even if you're a shorter rider, you want to get it down to a certain zone where the air and the wind goes around you, as opposed to having a fixed fairing where you can't get the happy medium. So great ride. I'm getting it on this back road here. It's a nice smooth road, so no worries. One thing I did notice, it carries its center of gravity fairly low. This bike is it's too easy to keep upright. You don't feel the weight at all. I said initially it was 791 pounds, so you could add quite a few once everything is filled and the bike is wet. So you could imagine it's not a light bike, but it's not heavy at all. It feels almost effortless to get this bike off its it's um, of the stand. It's just, you could just do that with your leg. You just kick it over and it stands on its own. It's amazing how Indian was able to balance this bike and make it feel to the rider. It just exerts confidence as you get on the bike and get ready to go. You'll see that first turn I take. That was my first real turn on this bike, other than that first left you saw initially, as far as a sweeping turn. And I was amazed at how the geometry of this bike just works right there. It just works for it. It's just it keeps its line, and it's very minimal input. I was quite impressed with the Chieftain, so I can't wait to see what else Indian does. From talking to the regional rep, I think she was. I may share that video. Actually, I didn't know I was taping her when we were talking. I still had my helmet on, and we were just having a conversation. And I think they're up to their third. Not this one. I think there's another one that's the third. This one may have been the second one. So Indian is opening up some, or not so much opening up, but partnering with other folks. Getting themselves out there as far as brick and mortar, getting some folks out there to the biggest thing about Indian, to me anyway, I don't know if you all felt this way, was the ability to, that's the thing with Harley, you can go to where I am specifically, within a 15-mile radius, it's probably about, 3 Harley shops, large Harley shops, brick and mortars that you can go to for your Harley service, parts, or what have you. So, the presence is there, and now there's an Indian right across the street from Colonial Harley. So I think they're trying to step up their game. I think they're in it to win it. They have quite a few bikes in the lineup, so it's I think we're gonna hear a lot from Indian in the coming years. So didn't want to make it that long. I wanted you all to enjoy the ride. Hopefully that little Hero Session 5 is not blocking the way. I think I can still see, but I wanted you to enjoy it. Hear the wind, hear the noise, hear the engine roar. It's not the loudest thing. You can make them loud, from what the gentleman was telling me, which is good or bad. To me, it's good. I like to hear my bike. Loud is always better. You want to be seen, but you mostly want to be heard, right? So, what else is there? So let me. Yeah, the 5.5 capacity tank, I think I mentioned that. Great display, keeps its line. As far as cons, I think I spoke to that as well. It's the fit, really, making it fit you. The rider. Like I said, I'm 6'1", 205. There are guys out there that ride, they're upwards of 300. 6'7", 6'8", those types of things. How do they feel on this bike and the Chieftain Dark Horse? Is it a question of changing seats, moving your floorboards to make them fit you, changing handlebars, different things like that. How does it fit the bigger guys? That would be a question I have if I was probably bigger than 6'3", even probably just I would make sure that this thing could fit me in a way where I would feel good putting miles on it, hours on the highway, going from to. So those types of things. I would say I need more seat time. It's hard to judge a bike just being on it for 10-15 minutes and say, hey, but for the 10-15 minutes I was on this bike, I was able to get comfortable towards the end. So I mean towards the end, but halfway through I was never uncomfortable, to say the least. But I just felt like, just like any other bike that you get on, you see things, you feel things that you would want to make better. So on and all, I think it's a great product. I think Indian put out a great product. I can't speak to longevity, of course, to things that may go wrong. Or not go wrong. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying, for those of you that have had these things for a while, if you put some miles to them and they're holding up, I'd love to hear from you in the comments, because I could see a day where, I'm not on the Road Glide ST or my old 5-volt King, where I look at Indian as a possible replacement. So let me know what you all think. Let me know in the comment section if you ride an Indian, if you would go from a Harley to an Indian, or your Honda Goldwing, or whatever it is that you ride. Matter of fact, one of the guys I was speaking to out there, Vincent, he was coming off, well, he's not coming off, he had his bike in the shop, a Suzuki, is it Boulevard? What is that? It's a Yamaha, I think, a Boulevard in the shop, and he came out and test rode the Indian, and I think he felt instantly in love with the bike. So he said it felt pretty much like his Boulevard. So yeah, so he was impressed. At some point in this ride, I run into another guy that was riding one of the smaller bikes. I don't think he was so impressed with the smaller bike, but he was, again, he was a Harley rider. Okay, I'm about to run into him right now. Yeah, I kind of hit it there. I wanted to open her up for a second, and of course I lost the audio. We were talking back and forth as we stopped for the light, and he was getting off a Road Glide just like I was. It's something about guys that ride Road Glides and Gold Wings and those types of bikes, those bigger dressers. Is once you ride those bikes, it's a bit difficult to. That's me talking to him right there, and he's like, "Yeah, this thing is rough." So we're having this quick conversation. I say, "Yeah, I get it. I could understand that, seeing you got off a Road Glide." But I was telling him, "Hey, yeah, this is not bad. If I had money to spend and room in the garage, I wouldn't mind having one of these Indians. It's not a bad motorcycle at all. I'm having a good time." And we just kept on talking, and on and all, it was a good time. I'll probably go back tomorrow, ride a few other bikes. If you all want to see me ride one of those bikes in the Indian lineup, let me know, and I'll ride it tomorrow and I'll post it. But other than that, I'll let you enjoy the rest of the ride, and we can go from there.